Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's always a pleasure to be here. This is Refugees and on this channel, I talk about immigration, my Canada journey, how to get a job, like fun things, information that are very useful for you to settle in Canada if you're new or you've been here and you've not had so much opportunity, around, or you don't have people to talk to. You can stay good here. To be a pleasure to help in whichever way I can. So today we're talking about the major updates that have been happening in the recent, like in the past months in Canada, especially when it has to do with international students, people on work permit, visitor visa applications. Basically, I think major updates surround immigration to Canada. Yeah, so today I'm going to be starting from the like very one that I find very awkward, right? But of course, we don't have a choice. We're in the system. I think it was announced a month back that if you have to apply for postgraduate work permit now, you would be required to submit an English test alongside. Well, why I feel like this might be quite important, but I'm like, especially for people that came in through, like, okay, I know my country is exempted for providing for most schools for providing English tests because we're taught in English, right? And it's been our official language. Like that's our official language in my home country. So like, why would I come in without having to do an English test and then it has to be mandated for me when I want to apply for scholarly work permit? But right, of course, the reasons are actually, you know, whatever reason they give is actually it sort of makes sense. But I just feel if it's going to be targeted towards a group of people, targeted towards a group of people, because like I've been taught with English all my life, what would I have to do? But like, of course, that's one of the updates. But yeah, we'll have to do it. So yeah, so you require English test for your postgraduate work permit starting November 1st. So that means everyone that's finishing this December has to do a self-paper exam before they or like an English test before they apply for their postgraduate work permits. Yeah. And it has to be submitted alongside. And also, um some courses were actually ruled out completely. Like Canada feels like this these are like not necessary courses that are important to their labor shortage or to augment their labor shortage at this time. So like if you do courses around businesses and stuff, I think most of them have been taken out of eligibility for postgraduate work permit. But here is the catch. It doesn't apply to people that are already in the system from what I heard because I when the law came out initially, there were lots of panicking. People that are in these courses, they're feeling like, oh, so I won't be qualified for prescribed for me, but it doesn't work for you. It doesn't apply to you. It applies to people that are coming newly, I think, after the course, or people that are just coming into Canada. So if you want to come to Canada, you're just still contemplating, focus on in-demand courses that you can be qualified to study, which will be very relevant to the Canada workforce. So don't just come for, oh, I'm coming for just any course just to come into Canada. This this policies are going to shoot you in the leg and you won't enjoy it. So please, right now, anyone's going to apply for anything for you, or if you just need it coming in January, I think some schools sent emails to the students they've given admission to prior to now that when they come in January, that they are going to have to give them courses that are eligible for postgraduate work permit. Yeah, which I find very very good. So nobody's regretting having to spend a whole lot of money, thousands of dollars, and not being able to achieve why they came. Because one of the reasons people come to study is to get the experience and possibility of settling in Canada and stuff like that. So yeah, and I think recently as well, which already took effect as of 8th of November, is the closed student direct stream and the Nigerian student express. So I think this particular stream was officially opened during COVID to fast track application processes. So I think for the student direct stream, you need to have GIC, which is a guaranteed investment certificate. Like you have to have money in a Canada bank, and I think the minimum as a then was your living expense for 1 year, which is about 10,000 thereabouts Canadian dollars, and of course an English test for the student direct stream, which is particular to some Asian countries. I think about 15 countries in all, Indian, Philippines, and the likes, and of course the Nigerian Student Express. I know quite a couple of people that use this. Some said, well, they got their whatever faster with it. You need to provide think you need to provide a particular with that 30,000 Canadian dollars as proof of fund and a couple of other things that surround. I did not use it. I used the Canada GCK, like I applied directly on CIC.ca and I did the GCK. That was how I applied for my study permit, and that was how I've been doing all my applications, like every of my applications so far. So like I never used the stream, but from people I heard, I had it was some were faster, some were just like normal, like it took like normal standard process time. So like I didn't know why there was this, category in the first place. So it was effective, and I had to come to it 8th of November, which is a couple of days ago. This one really excites me because it's been something I've been looking forward to, and it's like the international student can now work more hours. Like, oh my god. So imagine like people that have been working, especially people that are doing 2 year courses that were working full time. Some had to be laid off because they could no longer work full time, and the company requires them to work full time. From May, some were laid off and had to start looking for jobs. So like this is really exciting. This law, he already mentioned that it was going to come to what's it called, like by fall. So people were expecting that okay, this change was going to start like September, and then they were going to start working 24 hours. But like a news debunked it and said no until the minister clearly states that yes, you can now start working for 24 hours in a week. But right now, yeah, it's official. And I think starting 15th of November, you can start taking that your extra shift. So you can literally work like 3 times a week, which is still not bad. And yeah, we're making we're making progress. So international students can now work for 24 hours, and I'm so excited about that. Honestly, I'm so excited. So like I get to see more of my colleagues and friends at work. It's good. Okay, yeah. Likewise, there is a new one that says if you have to, like, if you come to Canada and you have to change your college or your school, you have to apply for a new study permit. Like prior to now, you don't have to. I think you just have to probably notify them. Not like you literally have to, apply for a study permit. Because I know a lot of people that came to Canada had to change school because maybe the course they wanted was not I don't know, like people, switched colleges and it wasn't an issue. But right now, if you're planning to come to Canada, if you have to, you think of switching colleges. Yeah, I think some people wanted to move from colleges to masters and, get admission to get, a master's degree thereabout. So if you have to change your DLI, or you have to change your college, you have to inform IRCC and apply for a new study permit. So that is stressful for me. Honestly, it's really stressful. So and for visiting visas, so applied for my father-in-law visa, really got it in a short period. Apply for my mom and stuff like that. And now they said multiple entries are now going to be like at the discretion of the visa officers, and they're going to follow the a particular set of the criterias. And the first one is purpose of your visit. So if you're coming for maybe a conference for that's going to last for a week or 2 weeks, you might not get multiple entry anymore. And like prior to now, if you apply for visiting visa, you get a visiting visa that would span to the end of your like to the end of the validity of your passport. But right now, all these criteria are just gonna dwindle down the number of people that will be given multiple entry into Canada. So purpose of visits, why you're coming to Canada, does it require to have to come over and over and over? Like, is it that you're just coming for a short course, you're just coming for like a ceremony, and those are the things they're going to factor in before issuing you a visit visa. Also, they're going to look at the funds you have that are available. Like, is this something that would be able to sustain you while you're in Canada? Will it be able to, if you have a constant employment, like a full time job, will it be able to sponsor you, having to come to Canada several times? They're going to check your funds are available. And they're also going to check your medical conditions. I don't now know if for a visitor, like if a visitor will have to require to have a medical done now, because prior to now, if you apply for visiting visa, you don't need medicals. I don't know if it's going to be affected that you need medicals to apply for a visit visa now, because like the article says, if you have any health condition that's going to worsen while you're visiting Canada, like it can be one of the reasons why you might be given a single entry and not stamped for a long period of time. So like I don't know if everyone will require a medical for a visit visa now, but as it is, um if there's any health condition that's going to put pressure on the system or it's going to worsen on your visit, I think it's just not going to approve you for multiple entry. Other factors like there's also going to consider your home ties, your employment, your previous history, your travel history, which is very important. Like, did you abide by visa conditions in your previous travels and all those things? So, like all these factors are going to put together, and that's going to determine if they are going to give you a multiple entry or a long-term visa, or just going to be stamped for the duration that you stated that you want to come to Canada for. So the minister also mentioned that there's no such thing as a direct stream to permanent residency from study. And I don't know, of course, a lot of us know that, but people just try to live in, like, try to be oblivious of it, let me say, because there is actually no direct route to PR through the study, except of course, which is one of leverage a lot of us use, except of course if you get a job or you are in the pool already, and the fact that you're in Canada, you have a Canada degree, gives you additional point for your express entry pool. So like these are what people leverage on, that okay, at least if I come to Canada, I have a upper hand by being in Canada and having a job. So, like, this gives you more scores that can boost your CRS score in the express entry pool. So like I think there's been a lot of people protesting and saying, okay, their work permit is expiring and no PR yet. Like the minister is like, I never promised that there was going to be a direct route from study to permanent residency. So if you're considering still coming as a student, think of what area you want to quickly hack into, and strategize on what you want to do exactly and how you want to go through your permanent residency procedure. Okay, so yes, okay, so like the minister has also announced, like even the Trudeau administration also announced that they're going to be cutting down on immigration by I think 20% starting from next year, I guess. And as much as, well, this may actually seem like, I know the uproar. A lot of people call me and say all this news about Canada, is it still welcoming? Yes, it is welcoming. I can still guarantee you that it is, if it's something you long to do and you have the financial and the tenacity to do, it's still something you can do. I enjoy being here. I'm enjoying, and I'm trusting that I'm going to enjoy every single moment I spend here. So please don't get discouraged. Just go for it. Go for it. So yes, there's been a cut down. There's going to be a cut down in work permit percentage, and there's still going to be quite a number of international students that are going to be welcome. So don't give up or say, oh, outrightly just rule out Canada from your list of study routes. To whatever route you still want to do, go ahead and do it. I tell you, I guided a friend of mine and she applied last year. She was refused. We applied in January. It was withdrawn. It was withdrawn like just like a day, the very day the law was made about getting a PAL, because she was already, in the pipeline of reapplying. She submitted like that very day. The policy was made about getting PAL, and it was withdrawn. So she waited and got the PAL, but she deferred her admission and reapplied in May. And nothing was forthcoming. May, June, July, August, and September. Guess what? They asked for a medical. Like I was thinking, people are not getting visa anymore, but she did. I know a couple of people that are also resuming for January. So don't outrightly rule out Canada. I'll just think that, oh, this policy. Oh, I know if you're married, you might be thinking that, oh, will my spouse be able to come to Canada? But once you come in here and you're with the help of God and you're focused and you are ready to do all it takes, not being selective of what to do what it takes to get a PR. Within a year or two, your spouse is going to be, happy to join you in Canada, even with your kids. So, like, and I don't think kids are also restricted, so you can still bring your kids along. So, like, all these policies, no, they're not outrightly like chasing everybody away. They are still welcoming international students, but there was just a big slash, as and then there was also a reduction in the approval rates as compared to previous years. And one of the times that we were lucky to come in. So there's still so much to enjoy from the system. Yeah. So if you are still thinking of immigrating to Canada, you can explore several options. If you have finances, the study route is still a very good one. You can explore master's degree, and still colleges if you have the fund. Colleges, well, I think you have to do a 2-year course. If you go to college, for you to be able to get 2 years postgraduate work permit, and ensure that the courses you want to look out for are in demand jobs. Please, in demand jobs, if you're so very interested in coming to Canada. So yeah, these are like the major updates. If there's any other one that I'm missing out, I'm gonna drop it in my next video. It's always a pleasure to share with you. Thank you so much for your time. Have a good day. Please subscribe, like, and share, and comment. Let me know what you think about my video. Have a good time. Bye.